This is the one that did sound like you were calling for violence. You said, and people wonder why we want these executives dead.
Yes, people do. I am speaking to the sentiment. People do want these executives dead.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Lots and lots of updates on the United CEO incident, including where he traveled from, his DNA. Ultimately, his downfall looks like it is a cute girl flirting with him, and much, much more. Also, I think it's interesting how the media is reacting to this, how journalists are outright doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, saying that, you know, they want these people removed from the planet, practically putting hits out on them, like Taylor Lorenz. I think it's degenerate, depraved behavior. I'm not saying I'm going to shed any tears for some CEO passing away that I didn't even know. I think there's a big difference between that and like sending stuff to their house, which is what people are doing, celebrating his death, which is diabolical. Or celebrating on Twitter, calling for more. That's just all weird. So let's get into everything we know. I do want to remind you, going into this weekend, time is getting short for Christmas. So my company, Coffee Brand Coffee, has put our brand new gingerbread cake cups on sale. Promo code GINGER10. Our 12 Days of Coffee box, which makes the absolute perfect gift, is also on sale. Remember, the 12 Days of Christmas starts on Christmas. So this isn't an advent calendar. It features some of our best coffees, real cacao cocos, and candies and treats. It's absolutely amazing. That's on sale. Promo code in the description below. Also, the Build Your Own gift box and our standalone gift box, which are always wildly popular, on sale this weekend too. Make sure you get your order in today to make sure you get it in time for Christmas. Don't wait, or get it in this weekend at least. Breaking: CNN now reports that the UnitedHealthcare assassin traveled to New York City from Atlanta, Georgia by bus. My estimation is they already know who this is. They know so much about them, they're just not releasing the name.
Meaningful way. Tim, we are learning that the suspect came to New York City from Atlanta by bus. Now, I know the New York Times have reported he'd been here for 10 days. I can't put an exact time frame on this, but we do have this very specific reporting from a law enforcement official, Tim, by bus to New York from Atlanta.
See people in the comments making the same, so they know who he is then. How do we already know more about this incident than we know about Lee Tardy Oswald and his attempt on Trump? That's a good question. So you have to give an ID to buy a bus ticket so they know who this person is now. Well, we know he used a fake ID. So, you know, the fake ID stuff is also probably going to hamper things, but whoever's on that fake ID, unless it's a totally fake name, you know, maybe more leads. They say, you know, he arrived last month on a bus that left from Atlanta. Here's the thing. Here's what's interesting about this. There's some new motive theories out there that actually are pretty interesting. First of all, one motive is that one of the people he may have allegedly been insider trading with thought maybe he was talking to the feds. It may have nothing to do with the healthcare industry. It may have nothing to do with his estranged wife. It may have been one of his fellow insider traders putting a hit out on him to save themselves. That was a theory presented last night. But this morning, the suspect also, as you can see in this video, dropped an object in trash bags before the incident, new footage shows. Now, are they going to be able to collect these trash bags? Probably not. The suspect was seen about 10 minutes later walking by a parking lot one street away, would suggest the delay was between the 55th Ave and 44th Ave as he moved towards the Hilton Hotel where he committed his act. Rogue internet users now name innocent man as United assassin. He's now fearing for his life. Yeah, I don't really care for that. You know, but people are doing it as memes with like Eli Manning and stuff like that. Now, more insurers are taking precautions Now, the CEO did have private security, but I guess they weren't there that day. But here's one of the biggest breaks. The employee where this individual was staying asked him to see his pretty smile. A worker at the hostel where it's believed that the assassin was staying said he removed his mask after she was flirting with him to see his pretty smile, a high-ranking source told the CBS News. This is where the surveillance footage captured his face, as the suspect had apparently remained masked for almost all of his time in New York City. A girl brought him down. This is the guy. So everybody on the internet saying, "Oh my God, it's not the guy." It's the guy. This is him at the hostel, and he got honeypotted. He got honeypotted by some chick who, he wanted to bang, and maybe did. Now, people are doubting the same image of the suspect. It's possible. Many of you disagreed with me yesterday. I'm going to leave that alone. Maybe you're right. I've come around to maybe it's different images. We don't know. The NYPD is saying it's a person of interest. However, here we have Alan Dershowitz sharing a new theory for the motive. Dershowitz appeared on Fox News on Thursday and offered his theory of the motive behind the incident. The lawyer mentioned the Department of Justice's probe into him and to the CEO, which focuses on whether or not the company was using unfair practices to monopolize the market. Thompson was also accused of insider trading after he sold stocks to the company when he learned of the DOJ probe. And if that was being investigated, there were people out there who would be afraid that he might flip and turn against them, Dershowitz said. Here's the clip.
I have a theory about why. Remember, there's information that there was an investigation about insider trading. And if he was being investigated, there were people out there who would be afraid he would flip and turn against them. And so I think they have to investigate the possibility that somebody who he might have testified against had him killed to prevent him from being from testifying. Also, whoever killed
It's possible.
him, knew where he was going, knew he was going at 6:40 in the morning, knew it was well before the events began. So I think the investigation has to look inward to the company to see who was under investigation and who this guy might have flipped against.
Totally believable. Totally believable. Now, of course, cops are testing DNA and fingerprints on discarded bottle, possibly dropped by them. Again, I don't know. Insure websites now wipe the names of their executives from their websites. Here's the other thing that's gross. I mean, these people are sick. Somebody printed the CEO down. Somebody put the CEO down thing at his home. Oh no, this is where the incident happened. A balloon with a sign taped to it reading "CEO down" over the image of a smiling star and party poppers was found outside the hotel, Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, where this man lost his life. The balloon was spotted as many Americans have joked about the CEO's death due to the company's track record of rejecting medical claims. Again, I don't think it's normal to have weird emotions about somebody you've never met before, but I do think that's weird. And also what I thought, to correct some of my information around the weapon, I think this is a pretty good thread here from Louisville Lagun. There's been a bunch of misinformation today about today's incident about the UnitedHealthcare CEO. I'm going to debunk some of the firearms nonsense that's been stated. Myth 1, it was a well rod or a B&T Station 6, categorically false. Here's a full length of the incident. You can see that they're having to manually clear casings that failed to eject. You can also see smoke coming from the breech when it's fired. This goes against the claim that it is in fact a well rod type weapon. The well rod uses a bolt action mechanism that requires a twist and pull action to open and close the breech. In the photo, you can see the rear of the pistol must be twisted and pulled out to chamber a new round. You can see here. Contrast to the video, I've slowed in and zoomed. You can clearly see the slide attempting and failing to cycle after the shot. along with a puff of smoke were the cartridge being fired. The well-rod style breeches remains closed until manually opened. So it is not that weapon. Myth 2. The shooter is using subsonic ammo because he was a professional. Also false. He was firing 9mm. Photos of the live rounds found at the scene show ordinary, low-weight, full metal jacket ammunition, not the heavier self-defense loads like a 147 grain HST or similar, meaning this is just junk ammo. So, debunked. Other myth, he purposely used subsonic rounds to keep the weapon from cycling or other idiocy. False. The failure to eject malfunction, or FTEs, was likely caused because he used a silencer without a Nielsen device suppressor. Purpose-built handgun suppressors have a piston and bolt booster assemblies for this exact reason. In addition, the additional mass of the suppressor on a Browning-style barrel prevents the firearm from cycling properly. The booster gives a bit more oomph to the recoil. The presence of live ammo at the scene is an indicator that the firearm was malfunctioning instead of working as expected. So this guy was some sort of super killer, blah, blah, blah. It's all wrong. Sure looks and fires like a B&T does. That said, you're an extra expert. What is it? It absolutely does not look or fire like a B&T as detailed by the second reply. So this is I think this is a very convincing thread that it is absolutely not some sort of professional. He did have a suppressor, but it wasn't even properly assembled. This could just be some run-of-the-mill. Could have been one of the other people that worked there, or their son or daughter or someone they hired. The situation is definitely getting very, very interesting. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it and subscribe down below, as I will make sure to get you updates whenever they come out. So you're going to want to subscribe for that. Don't forget your Coffee Brand Coffee gingerbread K-Cups, our 12 Days of Christmas gift box, or our regular build your own gift boxes, all on sale and available. Get your order in now before Christmas. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.